First up on the bulletin today, Union Minister for New and Renewable Energy Prahlad Joshi has urged the Indian wind energy industry to up its localization in wind turbine manufacturing. Speaking at the Wind Turbine Manufacturers Association's International Trade Fair and Conference in Chennai, the minister said that India's next 42 gigawatt of installed wind capacity can largely be driven by domestic manufacturing. Incidentally, the minister also added that he was looking to the three big producers of wind energy, that's Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, to step up and lead the way in capacity. Let's listen in to what Prahlad Joshi had to say.
India can soon be 10% of the global wind demand and emerge as the global manufacturing hub for the turbines and components. We will soon launch a new SOP for ALMM, that is approved list of model and manufacturers for wind, which will mark a big step towards the export readiness and manufacturing excellence.
In fact, I got the chance to catch up with Girish Tanti, chairman at the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturers Association, over these projections and how South India can deliver. In fact, the co-founder and vice chairman of Suzlon also told me that South India was well on track to boost turbine production capacity, especially in the three big wind hubs of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Here's a slice of that conversation.
So thank you for having me today. I think what's important here is that if you see within the clean tech industry, wind today is really a star performer as far as Atmanirbhar Bharat is considered. If you, of the total installations, about 4 gigawatts which got installed last year, the total made in India content of that was about 64%. And currently with the latest regulations which Government of India has released, a stage-wise plan of increasing the local content requirement, I think with the policy reforms that are coming, we are on track to hit the 85% made in India content. In general, I think today, players like us who have been here for a longer period of almost 3 decades, we are already at 85%. So for us, it's not a big step from that point of view, but I think a lot of new entrants are there. They have to make the effort. So I think everybody has to pull up to that. So technically, I think with the ecosystem that we have, I think today India has almost 2,500 MSMEs. Yes. And you can see them at the exhibition here. It's a very, almost 300 plus exhibitors are here. So I think from that point of view, the ecosystem is very well developed. And like this year, we've done about, for the first half, about 3 gigawatts of projects have come up. We are expecting equal amount to come in the second half of the year also. So against the 6 gigawatt which will actually get commissioned, the manufacturing capacity already in our country today is in close to about 25 gigawatts. Right. So we have very strong ecosystem of manufacturing, and also today we contribute to about 8% of the global capacity that is there across the world.
Right. And if I could just, ask you also with regard to manufacturing itself, even as you talk about 85% being, an eventuality for the entire ecosystem in the industry, timeline-wise, when do you think that can actually come about with the industry actually going about localizing to the extent of 85%?
I think we should be able to achieve that as an industry within next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. And moving forward, the minister also put the onus on the three South Indian states, Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Karnataka, to contribute a whole lot more. Correct. If you could just take me through what that game plan will pan out to be in terms of these three states specifically contributing a whole lot to wind energy and installed capacity.
Yeah, I think as we all know, I think the southern part of our country is very blessed with extremely good wind conditions. So if you start with Tamil Nadu, I think Tamil Nadu has been the pioneer in wind. We've had excellent progress, close to now about 11 gigawatts of operating assets. We ourselves, Suzlon, 25% of whatever has happened in Tamil Nadu is built by us. So we continue to play a very significant role in the state of Tamil Nadu. And I think with the current plans that government has, this capacity, almost I think close to 13 to 15 gigawatts of capacity will get added between now and 2030 in wind. So we will more than double our wind capacity in the state of Tamil Nadu. If we look at Andhra Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh has been a little late starter. It's close to about 4 gigawatts today. And I think their next 5-year plan, they're going to add almost 30 gigawatts.
Right.
So they are going to take the lion's share of the southern market development. Same way, if you look at Karnataka, I think they are at about 7 gigawatts. They've been the largest growth state in the last few years in terms of capacity addition. And next 5 years, we are expecting additional about 15 gigawatts to come. So they would also be more than doubling their current capacity. So I think all the three states are going to take a significant leapfrog. And this is all onshore wind.
Right. So in terms of the three southern states maintaining this pole position, do you see it likely to continue for the medium to long term? And if yes, to what extent will it go up, given the fact that there's so much happening in Karnataka, Andhra and Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, so I think all these three states have had the advantage of starting early. They were the early states which adopted wind energy. So I think a lot of ecosystem has been developed, a lot of employment, a lot of ancillaries, service products, a lot of ecosystem is there, which is supporting the states to move even faster. Right. Just to give you an example, I think today of the total wind installation, like we've just crossed about 43 gigawatts now as a country, total wind installations. The total wind potential of our country is almost 1.1 terawatt. So we've just scratched the surface. It's less than 4.5% of the total wind potential of our country is what we have been able to harness. So there is huge potential available in these three states for sure, but the entire western coast of India also has right up to Rajasthan.
Well, ample potential there for wind energy generation from South India. So the stakes are certainly high, even as the expectation is also higher than before. But moving on, the visuals that you're about to see on your screen are that of Viren, the autonomous self-driving car unveiled at Bengaluru's RV College of Engineering has gone viral and is the outcome of 6 years of work put in by software giant Wipro in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bengaluru, and RV College of Engineering. While Wipro wasn't available for a comment, what we do know is that back in 2019, the IT major and IISc joined hands to build a driverless car, one designed to handle India's road realities like potholes and cattle crossings. The collaboration under the Wipro IISc Research and Innovation Network, or Viren, is advancing work in autonomous systems, robotics, and 5G. The joint team is focusing on artificial intelligence, machine learning, visual computing, and vehicle-to-everything communication. Research has the potential to feed directly into industry applications. Right, India may have missed the LLM bus, but that's perfectly okay. At least that's what SaaS major Freshworks' VP of Engineering and Responsible AI believes. In an exclusive chat with South Central, Sridhar Gade said that India's next big AI opportunity will lie in enriching existing AI models and building on large language models. He said that AI agents have brought customer service teams down by 80% in terms of previous headcounts, but that guardrails in AI were also crucial to the responsible rollout of the tech. Here's that slice from our conversation earlier this week.
Absolutely. We did miss the LLM bus, but that's totally fine because LLMs have become a commodity now. So it's like operating system. Nobody wants to build operating system, but we want to build applications on top of it. India has a tremendous opportunity to use its data to enrich the models and make it more useful for the day-to-day applications across, healthcare. It could be manufacturing industry. It could be aeroscience and all those areas. So I think there is a tremendous opportunity for us in the front. All the workforce, the youth, they should, I think, spend a lot of time learning AI very early stage in their college and their life, and we will be able to reinvent ourselves to contribute to the best.
Right. So if you could break this down for our consumer audience, when you talk about enriching models, where do you think specifics will actually be will actually be deployed towards making the way we use and work with AI better? So how do you think Indian workforce, engineers and AI as well, can go about enriching models? What's the roadmap really, Sridhar?
Yeah. So let's take healthcare. So healthcare is all about a number of trials and number of examples of a particular problem, so that the medicine that we are looking at or the solution we are looking at can become productionized. Earlier, it used to take decades for us to actually get those trials. We have population and we also have savvy users, so you can actually mine all that data and be able to come up with the themes that are required for us to come up with a much faster the productionized drugs or processes. Right. It could be let's take a technical scenario where in freshworks we are looking at ITSM product. So while we are trying to detect and solve incidents, but each industry has a different type of incidents. So we can mine incidents of a government organization and see what kind of issues are they facing, and then be able to actually come up with the solutions for it. Very verticalized, targeted solutions will bring the value instantly.
Right. You spoke about freshworks itself, and what's also rather interesting, especially at this time and place, is simply how AI can actually go about disrupting SaaS as we know it. There's been so much talk already about how in the event of an AI boom, pricing models in SaaS could change. The way companies go about deploying SaaS tools could change. As VP of Engineering and as Head of AI at Freshworks, where do you see the biggest change with regard to SaaS happening?
Yeah, it starts with the mindset change. We have been working with building products and then selling seed-based licenses historically. Now you are actually pivoting from seed-based to subscription to value-based pricing. That's on the monetization perspective, which means now you started truly thinking from the customer perspective. If I'm a chief customer officer, I should be looking at their OKRs in terms of increasing CSAT and NSAT. If I'm a CIO, I should be looking at how fast I'm solving end-user problems. So that is on the monetization side. From the company inside out, it should be AI first mindset. It cannot be I'm creating incremental AI solutions. It has to be something very specific to how do we actually build it from the ground up so that the experience is actually completely kind of transforms. Right. So not just engineering, it's a product, HR, sales, all the GTM teams, solution engineering, finance, all teams are inside out being transformed as we speak in Freshworks.
Right. No talk about AI is in fact complete with the talking about the kind of impact it can have on the workforce. And I'm specifically referring to hiring trends. You keep hearing tech companies talk about how customer teams are being reduced from, let's say, teams that were 20 or 30 to single-digit numbers now, largely on account of an AI model that's being used to actually solve a lot of problems on the customer service front. What kind of an impact are you seeing insofar as customer service is concerned in the SaaS ecosystem?
Yeah, so we call it deflection. So historically, if you have 100 agents, human agents who are actually working on solving your customer problems, using AI agents, we are able to solve their problems without even handing up the cases to human agents. That we call it a deflection. It started with a 10%, 20%. Now some companies are seeing about 80% deflection, which means the work that was being done by 80 human agents are being done by the agents themselves. But think about it. Those 80 engineers or the customer support executives could be redeployed in understanding deeper challenges that customers have been facing over time and then start building solutions for them to even prevent these things from happening. Right. We never had an opportunity to be a proactive problem solvers. We were always reactive. We wait for the problems to happen and then solve it. And all these 100 or 1,000, 10,000 agents are working in solving problems. But you will agree is that no customer would like to have a problem and then be solved. They would like not to have the problem in first place.
Right. But you talk about problems and you talk about humans, of course, being replaced by AI models, especially in the customer service space. But what are the guardrails? What are the guardrails that are in place to go about ensuring that all of this happens in a seamless and in a what can only be termed as a factually accurate? Because even as we speak, I can't help but recall the Deloitte incident from a couple of weeks ago, wherein you saw an AI model being used to write 237 pages of report, complete with factual inaccuracies, even hallucinating sources that never existed. Is this something that AI engineers, much like yourselves, responsible AI heads like yourselves, deal with? What's the way out, really, Sridhar?
Yeah. So everything with AI is exponentially faster and also more impactful. Same thing for the applications, also for the things that can go wrong. So now the bad actors or threat actors, so-called, they are working tirelessly to actually make the models hallucinate, models drift.
Well, a deflection of 80% there, which means that teams that were 100 in terms of customer service being brought down to just 20 is, of course, a massive impact by way of AI being rolled out across customer service teams. Well, moving on from AI back to the energy space now. National gas distribution player Think Gas has teamed up with Tata Motors Limited to enable faster and more efficient adoption of LNG-powered commercial vehicles for long-haul trips. The partnership will see Think Gas not just enable Tata Motors' fleet to transition into cleaner energy as fuel, but also result in the development of an LCNG corridor with 18 fueling stations across industrial hubs, agricultural regions and logistic zones. In the south, Think Gas's proposed LCNG corridor will connect with stations in Tonakal, Kollam and Chertala in Kerala, Kushalnagar, Chikmagalur, Hebal and Shivamoga, among others in Karnataka, Kanchipuram, Chengalpattu and Valaja in Tamil Nadu. Nellore, along with Anantapur, are the station sites in Andhra Pradesh. In fact, the company's MOU with Tata Motors will mark its first step towards large-scale adoption of sustainable fuels pan-India in the interest of clean energy in the logistics space. Moving on the bulletin today, we have a special announcement. Imran Hashmi and Yami Gautam Dar starrer film Huck's trailer is out now, and it has the whole of the internet talking. Produced by the Times Group's Jungli Pictures and directed by Suparan Verma, Huck is inspired by one of the biggest and landmark Supreme Court judgments in India's history. It reignites a debate that continues to question us. Is justice equal for all? Should law be the same for all religions? Produced by Jungli Pictures, that's given us award-winning films like Badai Do, Badai Ho, Razi, Talwar, and many others, Huck now releases in theatres on the 7th of November 2025. So mark your calendars for a film that's as bold as it is emotional.
बात यहाँ तक नहीं पहुँचनी चाहिए थी बानो। तुम्हें क्या लगा मैं डर जाऊँगा?
बात सिर्फ आपकी ज़बान की थी।
नहीं, पिछली बार तुमने कहा था कि तुम्हारी इज्जत की बात थी।
हम अब्बास से बेहद प्यार करते थे। उसी प्यार से इस लड़ाई की शुरुआत हुई।
तुम कोई पहली औरत तो हो नहीं जिसने अपना शौहर बांटा है।
बिरयानी या शीर कोरमा नहीं है, ज़बान कर बहुत सवाब का बहुत बरकत होगी। अब्बास शौहर है हमारे।
ये रही महर की रकम। अब आज से हमारा कोई रिश्ता नहीं है। तलाक, तलाक, तलाक।
आपकी बेगम आपके ऊपर केस कर रही है।
हमारे 3 छोटे बच्चे हैं। महीने के खर्च पर बात हुई थी, अचानक पैसे देना बंद कर दिया।
मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ और सेकुलर लॉ को आप एक दूसरे के खिलाफ खड़ा कर रही हैं।
एक सांस में 3 बार तलाक लेना कैसे सही हो सकता है सर?
तुमने न सिर्फ कौम के साथ गद्दारी की है बल्कि काफिरों का साथ दिया है।
तो आप कह रही हैं कि शरीयत के तरीके से दिया गया तलाक लागू नहीं है?
इन्होंने कुरान पढ़ा ही नहीं है और शरीयत बोल रहे हैं।
सिर्फ एक हियरिंग की बात है, हो गई एक हियरिंग।
जो बात अंदरूनी तौर पर रफा-दफा हो जानी चाहिए थी, अब जमाना उसे देखेगा।
अगर पूरा मुल्क इसमें घुसने ही वाला है, we'll give this nation a spectacle.
जब एक औरत पे हर कानून, हर सजा लागू होती है तो मर्द क्यों बचता है?
सेक्युलर लॉ की आड़ में शरीयत का मजाक बनाया जा रहा है और हम देखते रह जाएंगे। इसे बचाना हमारा फर्ज है।
हम सिर्फ मुसलमान औरत नहीं, हम हिंदुस्तान की मुसलमान औरत है। इसी मिट्टी में पले बड़े हैं, इसलिए कानून हमें भी उसी नजर से देखे जैसे बाकी हिंदुस्तानियों को देखता है।
Well, that's about all the time we have on this episode of South Central. But before we let you go, we ask the question, what if assistive technology could become the bridge between limitations and limitless possibilities? Samarth by Hyundai, an initiative by Hyundai Motor India Limited, is paving the way towards an inclusive and accessible world for persons with disabilities, one innovation at a time. Through this platform, we're showcasing change makers and innovators who are building assistive technology that empowers persons with disabilities to navigate life with confidence and independence. have a look at how this Bengaluru-based startup is creating affordable custom prosthetics powered by advanced 3D imaging, which is helping persons with disabilities regain mobility, confidence and dignity, even as we see you on that next episode of South Central.